Yo, I'm back with yet another pod kit, this time the Vaporesso Xros 4, which is the latest of the Xros line of pod kits from Vaporesso. Got the Axion chip, compatible with 0.4 ohm pods, adjustable airflow, 1000 milliamp hour battery, 2 amp charge rate. So it meets the standards of pretty much all pod kits. With it, when you buy it new, you'll get the device, you'll get a 0.4 ohm pod pre-installed, and you'll get a 0.8 ohm pod in the box with the USB cable, but I've taken those out, used them by now. So, very similar to the Xros 3. You can see a little bit of wear and tear on there because I have been using this for a couple of weeks, but yeah, it's very similar to the Xros 3. Same battery capacity. The only difference really is it's compatible with the 0.4 ohm pods, and you get the little LED display showing you what power you've selected from low, medium and high, and the battery life just based on the color that is shown on the display. Green is fully charged, blue is medium or midway through the charge, and red is time to recharge. There is the fire button that sits just under the display. There's the airflow slider on the back. Nice resistance to that. And overall the device does look kind of cool, looks sophisticated, looks sleek, looks modern. I do like it. I do wish the fire button was a little bit higher. My thumb naturally rests a little bit higher on the device when I'm holding it. It's not a problem, it's not preventing me from using it at all, but just I would prefer for that fire button just to be a little bit higher on the device, but there you go. So you can see I've got it in the highest power setting. That's the lowest, that's the medium, and that's the highest power setting. I couldn't tell you what wattages they are firing at, just that it's low, medium and high. And if you press the fire button 4 times, you can lock the fire button so you can't draw with the fire button, it's just auto draw only. And then 5 clicks turns it off, and then 5 clicks turns it back on. Standard operation for a pod kit these days. And there is a difference, you can tell the difference between the low, medium and high power settings. So it's not just there for them to claim they have an extra feature. It does actually work. Snap-off pods, like I said with all Xros pods now, they are the best pods to refill in my opinion. Second best pods overall, I would say, with the slim pods being my number 1, Xros pods number 2, and the Pure Max pods being number 3. You can see I put a sticker with C on there just to show that that is the pod that it features this new Core X technology, whatever that might be. And the one without the sticker is one of the older Xros pods that isn't a Core X 2.0 pod. Apparently all this Core X 2.0 feature or technology is supposed to get better flavor, which you do ever so slightly, but only with brighter notes, fruitier notes. Deeper notes, richer notes don't seem to come through as good with these Core X 2.0 pods, but most of the customers at the e-cig shop are on fruity flavors anyway, so I imagine most of those will prefer them. I was running Aramaxi gummy fruit in both of them. In the older pod, it's the flavor I recognize. In the newer pod, the fruity elements of the liquid are slightly better, but the gelatin sort of gummy notes of it don't come through as well. Just showing you there what airflow selection I've gone for, so about a third open. Just that one big hole open. Got it on the maximum power setting with the 0.4 ohm Core X 2.0 pod, and this is your vapor production. So very similar specs to pretty much everything else on the market at the moment, pod-wise. 1000 milliamp hour battery, takes up to 0.4 ohm pods. But as with the Vaporesso Xros Pro, I was suspicious that that battery wasn't 1200 milliamp hours. I'm also suspicious that this, the Xros 4, sorry, not the Xros 3, the Xros 4 isn't 1000 milliamp hours. It seems to require charging more often than the slim and other pod devices that claim to have 1000 milliamp hour capacity. It's a little bit taller than the slim, but not by enough to make it off-putting at all. On first sight, you wouldn't notice much of a difference between the two of them. Both extremely pocket-friendly, both light enough to use. The Xros 4 does come in slightly lighter than the Slim. I think I'll measure it in a minute, weigh it in a moment. The snap-off pods, like I said earlier, it's the best pods for refilling. Whenever I need to get somebody off of disposables, it's a cross that I suggest they use because they don't have to wrestle with a plug or a slider that might get juice on their fingers and stuff like that. So the cross pods are the best pods for refilling, but just not the best for flavor or coil life, in my opinion. Yeah, this is where I weigh it, and I can't remember the weights, but the Slim was heavier than the Cross 4. Yeah, as I say there. Overall, it's a very, very, very good pod kit. Very good pod kit overall. The Slim is still number 1, and the Cross series is still in number 2 spot, tied with the SX Mini Pure Max. But if you was to get one, I can't see any reason why you would be upset with it. I just think you'd be happier with a Slim, but that's just my opinion. Peace.